Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Kirvaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Kirvaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari Gopi Jana Vallabha Kidvaratari Gopi Jana Vallabha Kidvaratari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari Jayam Swa Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Charja Asatar Sata Sri Srimad Abhay Charnarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Swa Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Charja Asatar Sata Sri Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Anantakoti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sekaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sri Mayapur Navadweep Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Shri Gaurnitai Ki Jai Shri Krishna Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, The Science of Krishna, Canto 3, The Status Quo, Chapter 5, Vidura's Talks with Maitreya. Text number 45. Tan Vai Hi Asat Ritibi Akshibi Ye Prahrata Antamanasa Paresha Ato Na Pachanti Urugaya Nunam Ye Te Pradanyasa Vilasa Lakshya Tanvaya Sadvitabir Akshabir Ye Paravat Prashanti Ragaya Nunam Ayasadvitabir Akshabir Ye Pararatantar Manasa Paresha Atona Pasyanti Ragaya Nunam Yate Prananyasa Vilasa Lakshaha Tanvaya Sadvitabir Akshabir Ye Paraharantar Manasa Paresha Atona Pasyanti Ragaya Nunam Yate Prananyasa Vilasa Lakshaha. Please chant.
Tanvaya Sadri Tibirakshi Birye Hara Ritantar Manasa Paresha Atona Pashyanti Rugaya Nunang Yete Padanyasa Vilasa Laksha
Tanvaya Sadri Tibirakshi Birye Pararatantar Manasa Paresha Atona Pasyanti Ragaya Nunam Yete Prananyasa Vilasa Lakshaha.
Rittibir Akshibir E Parartantar Manasaha Paresha Atona Pashyanti Urgaya Nunam Yete Padanyasa Vilasa Lakshaha.
Tanvaya Sadvritibhir Akshibhirya Parahritantarmanasah paresha. Tathona pashyantirugaya nunam. Yete paranyasa vilasa lakshya.
Tan Tanvaya Sarviti Virakshibirye Parahritan Manasa Paresha Ato Napashyan Jurugaya Nunam Yete Paranyasa Vilasa Lakshya Tanvaya Sarviti Virakshibirye Parahritan Manasa Paresha Ato Napashyan Jurugaya Nunam Yete Pradanyasa Vilasa Lakshya
Tanvaya Sadvitibir Akshibirye Parahritantar Manasa Paresha Atona Pashyanturugaya Nunam Yete Padanyasa Vilasa Lakshaha
Tanvaya Yasarvetibir Akshibirye Parahritanta Manasa Paresha Ato Napashyantirugaya Nunam Yete Padanyasa Vilasa Lakshya
Tanvaya Sadvitibir Akshibirye Parahirtantar Manasha Padesha Atho na pasyanti udagaya nunam Yete paranya shavilasha laksya
Tanvaya Sadvitibir Akshibirye Prahritantar Manasa Paresha Tona Pashyant Yurugaya Nunam Yete Padanya Savilasa Vakshaha
Tanvaya Rasad Vrtibhirakshibirye Parahritantar Manasa Paresha Ato Napashyan Yurugaya Nunam Yete Paranyasya Vilasa Lakshya
Tanvaya sat asat Tanvaya sat vrite bir akshibirya Para hritantar manasak paresha Atona pashyanti arugaya nunam Yete pradan Yasa vilasa lakshayaha
Tanvai asad ritibir asibir ye.
Vaya Sapitibir Aksibir Ye.
Parahitanta manasa paresha.
Pararantantar Manasa Paresha.
Atonas pasyanti ugayanunam.
Tato Manasyanam Kayanunam.
Yete paranya savila salakshaha.
Yate Prananyasa Vilasa Lakshaha.
Tanvaya asad vitribir akshabir ye.
Vaya Savitibir Aksibir Ye.
Parahitanta manasa paresha.
Pararantantar Manasa Paresha.
Atona pasyanti ugayanunam.
Nam
Yete pananya savala salaksha.
Ate Prananyasa Vilakshaha. Ton, lotus feet of the Lord. Why, certainly, he, for, asat, materialistic, for to be by those who are influenced by external energy. Akshabi, by the senses, yea, those, paramrita, missing at a distance, anta manasa, of the internal mind, paresha, O Supreme, ato, therefore, na, never, pashanti, can't see, rugaya, O great, nunam, but, yea, those who, te, your, paranyasa, activities, vilasa, transcendental enjoyment, lakshya, those who see. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Oh, great Supreme Lord, offensive persons whose internal vision has been too affected by external materialistic activities cannot see your lotus feet, but they are seen by your pure devotees, whose one and only aim is to transcendentally enjoy your activities. Report. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 1861, the Lord is situated in everyone's heart. It is natural that one should be able to see the Lord at least within himself, but that is not possible for those whose internal vision has been covered by external activities. The pure soul, which is symptomized by consciousness, can be easily perceived even by a common man because consciousness is spread all over the body. The yoga system, as recommended in Bhagavad Gita, is to concentrate the mental activities internally and thus see the lotus feet of the Lord within oneself. But there are so many so-called yogis who have no concern with the Lord, but are only concerned with consciousness, which they accept as the final realization. Such realization of consciousness is taught by Bhagavad Gita within only a few minutes, whereas the so-called yogis take continuous years to realize it because of their offenses at the lotus feet of the Lord. The greatest offense is to deny the existence of the Lord as separate from the individual souls, or to accept the Lord and the individual soul as one and the same. The impersonalists misinterpret the theory of reflection unless they wrongly accept the individual consciousness as the supreme consciousness. The theory of the reflection of the Supreme can be clearly understood without difficulty by any sincere common man. When there is a reflection of the sky on the watcher, both the sky and the stars are seen within the watcher. But it is understood that the sky and the stars are not to be accepted on the same level. The stars are parts of the sky, and therefore they cannot be equal to the whole. The sky is the whole, and the stars are parts. They cannot be one and the same. Transcendentalists who do not accept the supreme consciousness as separate from the individual consciousness are as offensive as the materialists who deny even the existence of the Lord. Such offenders cannot actually see the lotus feet of the Lord within themselves, nor are they even able to see the devotees of the Lord. The devotees of the Lord are so kind that they roam to all places to enlighten people in God consciousness. The offenders, however, lose the chance to receive the Lord's devotees. Although the offenseless common man is at once influenced by the devotee's presence. In this connection, there is an interesting story of a hunter and Devarshi Narada. A hunter in the forest, although a great sinner, was not an intentional offender. He was at once influenced by the presence of Narada, and he agreed to take the path of devotion, leaving aside his hearth and home. But the offenders, Nalakavara and Manigriva, even though living amongst the demigods, had to undergo the punishment of becoming trees in their next lives, although by the grace of a devotee, they were later delivered by the Lord. Offenders have to wait until they receive the mercy of devotees, and then they can become eligible to see the lotus feet of the Lord within themselves. But due to their offenses and their extreme materialism, they cannot see even the devotees of the Lord. Engaged in external activities, they kill the internal vision. The Lord's devotees, however, do not mind the offenses of the foolish in their many gross and subtle bodily endeavors. The Lord's devotees continue to bestow the blessings of devotion upon all such offenders without hesitation. That is the nature of devotees. Translation again. O great Supreme Lord, offensive persons whose internal vision has been too affected by external materialist activities cannot see your lotus feet, but they are seen by your pure devotees, whose one and only aim is to transcendentally enjoy your activities. So this is an ecstatic translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And we say, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishna is all-pervading, and at the same time, Krishna is localized. Just as a king's energy is all-pervading throughout his kingdom, but still the king is personally present in his palace. So this is the great philosophy of Lord Chaitanya, Chinta Beta Beta Tattva. The Lord is simultaneously one with everything, and Krishna is simultaneously different from everything. And this has to be realized by surrendering to a pure devotee. One cannot get knowledge of Krishna directly without the mercy of the spiritual master, because the spiritual master is more merciful than Krishna, because he delivers Krishna's mercy. Krishna is very strict, and Krishna is not easy to approach directly. Just like one cannot go to the White House and try to see President Biden directly. If you try, you'll be arrested and put into jail. But if we have have some relationship with President Biden's servants, then there's a chance we could have an audience and have a meeting with President Biden. And similarly, if we want to be Krishna, we have to seek the mercy of the entire parampara. You have to have the mercy of the Yuga avatars, Sri Sri Purnatai, who have come to deliver the fallen souls of this age of hypocrisy and quarrel, Kali Yuga. And Lord Chaitanya said that the Mayavadis are offenders to Krishna. Mayavadi, Krishna Yaparadi. They're offenders to Krishna because they think that Krishna is Maya. They think that the devotees of Krishna are Maya. They think that those who are engaging in service to Krishna are engaging in illusory activities. So therefore, they're offenders to Krishna, they're offenders to the devotees. And they're very difficult to convert to Krishna consciousness. If you go to any Hindu temple, you'll be very strongly influenced by this Mayavadi philosophy, because in modern Hinduism, by the influence of rascals like Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, this Mayavadi philosophy has destroyed the wonderful, glorious culture of India. The Vedic culture of India is very old and glorious. It goes back from time immemorial. And the purpose of the Krishna consciousness movement is to revive this ancient Vedic culture, establish Varnashram Dharma, distribute Prabhupada's books profusely anywhere and everywhere in every town and village. So the devotees of the Lord are very kind and they're very tolerant, just like Lord Jesus Christ. He's accepted by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati as the Shaktavesh avatar of Krishna. And he was so tolerant, even when he was crucified, he never protested, he never complained. But he said, "My dear Lord, please forgive them, because these people do not know what they're doing." So the pure devotee of the Lord is very tolerant and very kind to the people in general. And today we're celebrating Sri Krishna Janmashtami, the appearance day of the Lord. It's not exactly a birthday, because we learn from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 9, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, that the activities and appearance of the Lord are transcendental, and one who accepts the activities and appearance of the Lord as transcendental does not take birth again in this material world, but attains the eternal abode of Arjuna. And Krishna's activities are very nicely described in the English form. Prabhupada very mercifully gave this Krishna book in the year 1970, because he wasn't sure that he would live long enough to finish the Srimad Bhagavatam. So he gave us this wonderful description of Krishna's activities and form and names in the Krishna book. And Prabhupada writes in chapter 35, summary description of Lord Krishna's pastimes. Before the advent of Lord Krishna within this universe, there were many battles between the demons and the demigods. Many demons died in the fighting, and they all were given the chance to take birth in high royal families on this earth. Because of their royal exalted posts, all these demons became very much puffed up, and their only business was to harass their subjects. Lord Krishna appeared on this planet just at the end of Dwapara Yuga in order to annihilate all these demoniac kings. As it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Vritanaris Saranam Vinashaya Shantushkritam, the Lord comes to protect the devotees and to annihilate the miscreants. Some of the demigods were also asked to appear on this earth to assist in the transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna. When Krishna appeared, he came in the association of his eternal servitors. But the demigods also were requested to come down to assist him. And thus all of them took their births in the Yadu dynasty. The Yadu dynasty had 101 clans in different parts of the country. All the members of these different clans respected Lord Krishna in the manner befitting his divine position, and all of them were his devotees, heart and soul. Thus, all the members of the Yadu dynasty were very opulent, happy, and prosperous, and they had no anxieties. Because of their implicit faith in and devotion to Lord Krishna, they were never defeated by any other kings. Their love of Krishna was so intense that in their regular activities, in sitting, sleeping, traveling, talking, sporting, cleansing, and bathing, they were simply absorbed in thoughts of Krishna and paid no attention to bodily necessities. That is a symptom of a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Just as when a man is fully absorbed in some particular thought, he sometimes forgets his other bodily activities. So the members of the Yadu dynasty acted automatically for their bodily necessities, but their actual attention was always fixed on Krishna. Their bodily activities were performed mechanically, but their minds were always absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Srila Sukadeva Goswami has concluded the 90th chapter of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam by pointing out 5 particular excellences of Lord Krishna. The first excellence is that before Lord Krishna's appearance in the Yadu family, the river Ganges was known as the purest of all things. Even impure things could be purified simply by touching the water of the Ganges. This super excellent power of the Ganges water was due to its having emanated from the toe of Lord Vishnu. But when Lord Krishna, the Supreme Vishnu, appeared in the family of the Yadu dynasty, he traveled personally throughout the kingdom of the Yadus, and by his intimate association with the Yadu dynasty, the whole family not only became very famous, but also became more effective in purifying others than the water of the Ganges. The next excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance was that although apparently he gave protection to the devotees and annihilated the demons, both the devotees and the demons achieved the same result. Lord Krishna is the bestower of 5 kinds of liberation, of which Sayuja Mukti, or the liberation of becoming one with the Supreme, was given to the demons like Kamsa, whereas the gopis were given a chance to associate with him personally. The gopis kept their individuality to enjoy the company of Lord Krishna, but Kamsa was accepted into his impersonal Brahmajyoti. In other words, both the demons and the gopis were spiritually liberated, but because the demons were enemies and the gopis were friends, the demons were killed and the gopis were protected. The third excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance was that the goddess of fortune was worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma, Indra, and Chandra, remained always engaged in the service of the Lord, even though the Lord gave more preference to the gopis. Lakshmi Ji, the goddess of fortune, tried her best to be on an equal level with the gopis, but she was not successful. Nevertheless, she remained faithful to Krishna, although generally she does not remain at one place, even if worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma. The fourth excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance concerns the glories of his name. It is stated in the Vedic literature that by chanting the different names of Lord Vishnu 1,000 times, one may be bestowed with the same benefits as by thrice chanting the holy name of Lord Rama. And by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna only once, one receives the same benefit. In other words, if all the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, including Vishnu and Rama, the holy name of Krishna is the most powerful. The Vedic literature therefore specifically stresses the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya introduced this chanting of the holy name of Krishna in this age, thus making liberation more easily obtainable than in other ages. In other words, Lord Krishna is more excellent than his other incarnations, although all of them are equally the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The fifth excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance is that he established the most excellent of all religious principles by his one statement in the Bhagavad Gita that simply by surrendering unto him, one can discharge all the principles of religious rites. In the Vedic literature, there are 20 kinds of religious principles mentioned, and each of them is described in different shastras. But Lord Krishna is so kind to the fallen conditioned souls of this age that he personally appeared and asked everyone to give up all kinds of religious rites and simply surrender unto him. It is said that this age of Kali is 3/4 devoid of religious principles. Hardly 1/4 of the principles of religion are still observed in this age. But by the mercy of Lord Krishna, this vacancy of Kali Yuga has not only been completely filled, but the religious process has been made so easy that simply by rendering transcendental loving service unto Lord Krishna, by chanting his holy names, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, one can achieve the highest result of religion, namely being transferred to the highest planet within the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. One can thus immediately estimate the benefit of Lord Krishna's appearance and can understand that his giving relief to the people of the world by his appearance was not at all extraordinary. Srila Sukadeva Goswami thus concludes his description of the super excellent position of Lord Krishna by glorifying him in the following way. O Lord Krishna, all glories unto you. You are present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Therefore, you are known as Jananivas, one who lives in everyone's heart. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Isvara Sarvabhutanam Hridayasya Junatistati, the Supreme Lord in his Paramatma feature lives within everyone's heart. This does not mean, however, that Krishna has no separate existence as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Mayavadi philosophers accept the all-pervading feature of Par-Brahman. But when Par-Brahman, or the Supreme Lord, appears, they think that he appears under the control of material nature. Because Lord Krishna appeared as the son of Devaki, the Mayavadi philosophers accept Krishna to be an ordinary living entity who takes birth within this material world. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami warns them that Devaki Janmavada, which means that although Krishna is famous as the son of Devaki, actually he is the super soul, or the all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead. The devotees, however, take this word, Devaki Janmavada, in a different way. The devotees understand that actually Krishna was the son of Mother Yashoda. Although Krishna first of all appeared as the son of Devaki, he immediately transferred himself to the lap of Mother Yasoda, and his childhood pastimes were blissfully enjoyed by Mother Yasoda and Nanda Maharaj. This fact was also admitted by Vasudeva himself when he met Nanda Maharaj and Yasoda at Kurukshetra. He admitted that Krishna and Balaram were actually the sons of Mother Yasoda and Nanda Maharaj. Vasudeva and Devaki were only their official father and mother. Their actual father and mother were Nanda and Yasoda. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami addressed Lord Krishna as Devaki Janmavada. Sukadeva Goswami thus glorifies the Lord as one who is honored by the Yadu Vara Parshat, the assembly house of the Yadu dynasty, and as the killer of different kinds of demons. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could have killed all the demons by employing his different material energies, but he wanted to kill them personally in order to give them salvation. There is no need of Krishna's coming to this material world to kill the demons. Simply by his willing, many hundreds and thousands of demons could have been killed without his personal endeavor. But actually, he descended for his pure devotees to play as a child with Mother Yasoda and Nanda Maharaj and to give pleasure to the inhabitants of Dwarka. By killing the demons and by giving protection to the devotees, Lord Krishna established the real religious principle, which is simply love of God. By following the factual religious principles of love of God, even the living entities known as Sthirachara were also delivered of all material contamination and were transferred to the spiritual kingdom. Sthira means the trees and plants which cannot move, and Chara means the moving animals, especially the cows. When Krishna was present, he delivered all the trees, monkeys, and other plants and animals who happened to see him and serve him both in Vrindavan and in Dwarka. Lord Krishna is especially glorified for his giving pleasure to the gopis and the queens of Dwarka. Sukadeva Goswami glorifies Lord Krishna for his enchanting smile, by which he enchanted not only the gopis at Vrindavan, but also the queens of Dwarka. The exact word used in this connection is Varayan Kamadevam. In Vrindavan, as the boyfriend of many gopis, and in Dwarka, as the husband of many queens, Krishna increased their lusty desires to enjoy with him. For God realization or self-realization, one generally has to undergo severe austerities and penances for many, many thousands of years. And then it may be possible to realize God. But the gopis and the queens of Dwarka, simply by enhancing their lusty desires to enjoy Krishna as their boyfriend or husband, receive the highest type of salvation. This behavior of Lord Krishna with the gopis and queens is unique in the history of self-realization. Usually people understand that for self-realization, one has to undergo to the forest or to the mountains and undergo severe austerities and penances. But the gopis and the queens, simply by being attached to Krishna in conjugal love and enjoying his company in the so-called sensuous life, full of luxury and opulence, achieve the highest salvation, which is possible to be achieved even by great sages and saintly persons. Similarly, the demons such as Kamsa, Dantavakra, Shishupal, etc., also got the highest benefit of being transferred to the spiritual world. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vyasadeva offered his respectful obeisances to the Supreme Truth, Vasudeva Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Gaurnitai. After that, he taught his son, Sukadeva Goswami, to preach Srimad Bhagavatam. It is in this connection that Sukadeva Goswami glorifies the Lord as Jayati, following in the footsteps of Srila Vyasadeva. Sukadeva Goswami and all the acharyas in the cyclic succession, the whole population of the world, should glorify Lord Krishna, and for their best interest, they should take to this Krishna consciousness movement. The process is easy and helpful. It is simply to chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya has recommended that one should be callous to material ups and downs. Material life is temporary, and so the ups and downs of life may come and go. They come, one should be as tolerant as a tree, and as humble and meek as a straw in the street. But certainly he must engage himself in Krishna consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the Supersoul of all living entities, out of his causeless mercy, comes down to manifest his different transcendental pastimes and different incarnations. Hearing the attractive pastimes of Lord Krishna's different incarnations is a chance for liberation for the conditioned soul. And the most fascinating and pleasing activities of Lord Krishna himself are still more attractive because Lord Krishna personally is all attractive. Following in the holy footsteps of Srila Sukadeva Goswami, we have tried to present this book Krishna for being read and heard by the conditioned souls of this age. By hearing the pastimes of Lord Krishna, one is sure and certain to get salvation and be transferred back home, back to Godhead. It is recommended by Sukadeva Goswami that as we hear the transcendental pastimes and activities of the Lord, gradually cut the knots of material contamination. Therefore, regardless of what one is, if one wants the association of Lord Krishna in the transcendental kingdom of God for eternity in blissful existence, one must hear about pastimes of Lord Krishna and chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, are so powerful that simply by hearing, reading, and memorizing this book, Krishna, is sure to be transferred to the spiritual world, which is ordinarily very difficult to achieve. The description of the pastimes of Lord Krishna are so attractive that automatically it gives us an impetus to study repeatedly. And the more we study the pastimes of the Lord, the more we become attached to him. This very attachment to Krishna makes one eligible to be transferred to his abode, Goloka Vrindavan. As we have learned from the previous chapter, to cross over the material world is to cross over the stringent laws of material nature. The stringent laws of material nature cannot check the progress of one who is attracted by the spiritual nature. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself. Although the stringent laws of material nature are very difficult to overcome, if anyone surrenders unto the Lord, he can very easily cross over nations. There is, however, no influence of material nature in the spiritual world. As we have learned from the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the ruling power of the demigods and the influence of the material nature are conspicuous by their absence in the spiritual world. Are there any comments or quick questions? Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So you said we were reading from the Krishna book, and it says that the gopis increased their desire to enjoy Krishna as a boyfriend or a husband in conjugal love. So sometimes it comes up, usually with innocent new devotees. They say, I really like to think of Krishna like my baby boy, or something like that. Or I like to think of Krishna like my husband or something. And they aspire to have that relationship, and they may meditate on that, or they may imagine themselves associating with Krishna in that way. Is that what we're talking about here, or is that beyond us?
Yes, but we should always remember who Krishna is. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we're very grateful to Srila Prabhupada for establishing the position of Krishna as the Supreme Lord of everything and everyone. In the mundane dictionary, Krishna is described as Hindu God. But Krishna is not Hindu God. Krishna is not mythological. Krishna lives, and we can live with him. And to desire to associate with Krishna is very admirable, but we have to follow the process and seek the mercy of Guru, seek the mercy of Gaur-Nitai and the entire Parampara, and become servants of all these exalted pure devotees. So the conjugal pastimes of Krishna are very difficult to understand, and they're meant, this subject matter is meant for liberated souls. But Srila Prabhupada has very nicely described them in Krishna book. And this Parakira Rasa, this unmarried conjugal love, in the material world, it's the most abominable activity. But this is the perfected reflection of Krishna Loka. This is the perfected reflection of the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, the Parakya Rasa is the most exalted relationship with Krishna. But we should not imitate this Parakya Rasa in the material world, otherwise we'll go to hell. Yes, Ashkarnanda Prabhu.
So I heard the same question, and one devotee answered to what you similar to what you asked. He answered that you are loving Krishna, but Krishna is not reciprocating. So sometimes people think that Krishna is my baby boy, and they will do all that. But is Krishna reciprocating with you? Maybe not. It's kind of one-side love. When you really practice devotional service, sadhana, as Prabhu is mentioning, liberated, then Krishna really starts reciprocating. So when I was in Vrindavan one time, there was a Govardhan hill, we were doing parikrama. So there is one Krishna's footprints there. And I was with some other tour, some other devotees from South India. So when Mataji, she was crying, and as soon as she saw footprints, she was crying and all that. That was Ekadashi day. And somehow discussion came up, this was Ekadashi day today. So that Mataji is telling, no, I drink coffee today. So Prabhu was still trying to tell her, no, you cannot drink coffee today. She said, no, we drink coffee today. So I was thinking, okay, one side she is expressing a lot of emotions when she saw Krishna's footprints, but on the other side, when someone says to give up coffee, she was not ready. So it could be considered sahajiya or prakritiya kind of thing.
Thank you very much for that comment. And Srila Prabhupada established many temples of Radha Krishna all over the world, in almost every continent. But these Radha Krishna temples are to be worshipped in the manner of Lakshmi Narayan in awe and reverence. It's not that we can go up and embrace the deity of Krishna. This is sahaja. This is not bona fide. And Srila Prabhupada, when he was taking darshan of Sri Radha Chandra in the New Vrindavan, I noticed that he was always very grave, and no one can tell Srila Prabhupada's mind. He was in so much deep love for Krishna, but still he acted like a neophyte devotee, and he never acted like a sahaja to set the example for all of us. But sometimes his transcendental emotions overpowered him, and sometimes he would cry torrents of tears when he was singing Jai Radha Madhava. But mostly Srila Prabhupada tries to suppress his ecstatic symptoms. Thank you all for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Now it's time for the Sankirtan Festival. All glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
What did you say? What? I'm not sure. You can give him a call maybe or something. So, this is his phone here. I don't think he's there. So we'll do a little kirtan in the meantime, glorification of Sri Sri Gaura Nitai, and then Dr. Joseph will come and lead the Sankirtan announcements. If anybody has to go, then we understand. But Maharaj really likes us to do this. Haribol. Joseph Prabhu, can you lead this one?
Hare Krishna, devotees. We will now start the Sankirtan festival on this special day, Krishna's appearance day. We read these scores for himself and all the topmost devotees of Raj. Sri Sri Gaura Nitai, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Parampara, His Holiness Dhanvir Goswami, and all these simple devotees. Haribol. I will take it on good faith that everyone's submitted their points. We have 4 book distributors this week. Haribo. I'm not getting Bhakti Aidan's score. He's here. Maybe yeah. I still don't have your score, Prabhu. Making his debut is Bhakti Aidan with this is in 4th place. Bhakti Aidan, he had 1 book sale. I can't remember what it was. One big book for a total of 1 point. Haribo! In 3rd place, we have Radha Damodar Prabhu with 1 Maha book for a total of 2 book points. Haribo! In 2nd place, we have Magadari Prabhu with 5 Maha books, 7 big books, 1 medium, 3 smalls for a total of 18 and a quarter book points. Hare. In first place, we have Dr. Joseph with 53 small books, 63 medium books, 68 big books, and 49 Maha books for a total of 25 book points. Hare. I'll share a highlight that I have. We went to the college, me and Magadari, a few days this week. This was nice to get some exposure with the college kids. This was my first time setting up a table on campus, and everyone was really interested. The first day especially, people stopped. And yeah, we were able to distribute a lot of books. But one encounter that stuck out specifically was this blind lady that came up to me. I didn't realize she was blind. I probably wanted to have asked her to buy a book had I known she was blind. But she was in like a scooter and she was moving around quite quickly. So like I had no idea. And you know, I asked her to support us, and she told me she couldn't see. And I said, you know, maybe someone could read it to you. And she was like, yeah, you know, I could definitely do that. She's a big fan of like religion and philosophy, so it was right up her alley. And when I told her that I was a monk, she had a lot of admiration and respect for that. So she donated $20 and she got the mercy. She got Srimad Bhagavatam, a Prabhupada, messenger of the Supreme Lord, Nectar of Instruction, and a couple small books as well. So she got a lot to tie her over for some time. And yeah, Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai.
Yeah, there was a lot of book distribution that I saw Dr. Joseph doing, as you can see. So I went out with him, and we went to the Indian store a little bit, and that was nice. Very busy there. It's kind of like a story with that, how it developed. But yeah, there was this one man, and I approached him and I told him that we were taking donations and things like that. That's usually how we do it with Indian people. So we kind of ask them for a donation and then we can give them a book after that. So I did that, and then he said, I'll give you whatever's in my book. He just pulled out a little stack of cash and just gave it to me. And I looked at it real quick and it was like $50+. So then I was saying, Prabhu, please let me give you some books. Yeah, I already have these books, don't worry. But he was really encouraging. And he said, just, keep on the right path. You guys are doing the good work. And then it was interesting because right before that, we had gone to, so he didn't want the books, but he donated. But right before that, we had actually wanted to smooth things over with the store owner. There was kind of a strange thing where he came out and he said, hey, who gave you permission to be here? And I was trying to talk about something that I had thought that we knew the person. So then I started to say the store owner. He said, I'm the store owner. I wasn't trying to lie to him, but I think he didn't want to hear it. So we had to go and smooth things over. So we gave him a Gita, and after we paid obeisances to him and all these things, and it was kind of nice. He appreciated it. And he took the Gita, and that really we gave him that deluxe Gita, which is really nice. And one book and nice for the shelf. So anyway, but that was like a gift to make things right. And then the gentleman outside immediately, contributed $55 or something. So it was a nice series of interactions. So Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai.
There's a nice guy who came yesterday for the feast. His name is Damon. I was talking to him, and we were talking about the Bhagavad Gita, and he wanted one. So he asked for one, and he gave a nice donation. And he's very excited to read it. So he said he's coming back today. He came with that kind of group of people. So, anyways, Transcendental Book Distribution, keep jai.
The family that bought it, there was like a group of kids, and like one of them was like in high school or something, and like, are you interested or not? And if you're interested enough, and she seemed pretty enthusiastic about it. But the mom didn't seem to care much, but that was very interesting to me. I could relate to that situation, parents just being like, if you're interested, go ahead and take it, or, we don't really care what you do. You just, if it's interesting to you. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. That was one book. So, Transcendental Book Distribution.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
All right, the RVC Sankirtan totals for this week are 57 small books, 64 medium books, 75 big books, 55 Maha books for a total of 241.5 book points. Haribo!
Thank you so much, devotees, for a nice morning yajna. Hare Krishna Prabhu, good to see you. Welcome. So today's Sri Krishna Janmashtami. Everybody, I think, knows that. So there's a lot of different opportunities for service. The idea is that we'll get together for hearing and chanting at different times during the day, and there'll be extra services preparing for guests in different ways that fill that time. So as far as right now, just turned 9. From 9 to 10 in the temple room will be basically like the japa tape. Prabhupada will be chanting some more japa. Devotees are welcome to use the time to finish their rounds. And by that time, then 10 a.m. starts. Then we'll have a Maha clean. So devotees may have different engagements. If you already have some engagements, then please do communicate that via WhatsApp, what you're already been asked to do and by who. And if you don't have some engagements, then meet here at 10 a.m. and we'll be doing a Maha clean. We'll put on a big kirtan and we'll get the whole place, looking nice. So that'll be from 10 to 11. And by that time, we'll have a schedule for hearing and chanting in the temple room, like I said, and some other services. Okay, does anybody have any questions? It's okay for now? What? Person. Okay, sounds good. Shri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.